Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome to Monday. It's Horoscopes Monday. Well, I'm sitting here looking at my newest treasure. For those of you who were here yesterday at the witching hour, you saw this. By the way, if you didn't see yesterday's video, definitely check it out. We had a great time. Thank you for all of you who came out to it. Anyways, in that show, I was showing this pendant, and this is my newest astrological pendant. It's called the Navaratna, and it comes from India. And it's the 9 gems of the Zodiac of Vedic astrology. And it's believed that by wearing these 9 gems, it averts the negative influences of astrology. And I did a whole video about Navaratna about 2 weeks ago. I'm going to put a link below. You can go see that. I won't go into all that now. But anyways, here are the 9 gems. In the Vedic system, it's the pearl, coral, garnet, blue sapphire, what's this one? Cat's eye, yellow sapphire, emerald, diamond, and then ruby in the center. And the center stone is always a ruby whenever they set up jewelry. It represents the sun and the power of the sun. And you know the sun's one of the major illuminators of the zodiac. And so it's considered a great light, a great illuminator. And the sun's power influences all of us, and the moon. The sun and the moon are the great illuminators. In fact, the pearl is the symbol of the moon, which is perfect stone for pearl. It's not really a stone, but in the ancient days they called the pearl a stone. But I'm wearing my new pendant and just loving it. What do you guys think? How's that look on me, huh? Pretty cool, isn't it? Anyways, I'll put the link below to the Navaratna video so you can learn more about that. Anyways, I am so glad you guys are here today. Well, welcome to Zodiac Monday or Horoscopes Monday. For those of you who are new here, by the way, welcome to the newbies. This is something that we do every Monday. And what we do on Mondays is I go through all the major transits of what's going on in the stars. We're going to find out what the stars have for you. And after we go through the transits, then I'm going to do individual horoscopes for all 12 zodiac signs. So stay with us. And everybody watching this video, you are going to get a horoscope, okay? Anyways, I am glad you guys are here today. And, you know, where's my zodiac? Well, hold on, I got to dig this out. You know, it wouldn't be Zodiac Monday if I didn't have my big wheel. There's the big wheel of the zodiac. That's all 12 signs of the zodiac. There's our sun in the center. And, you know, today we're starting off. Our sun right now is in the sun sign of Pisces. Where is that? Here's Pisces, Pisces. There it is, Pisces. Right down there. That's the, see where my fingers? That's the fish. And we're in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. And so our sun is going to be in the sign of Pisces until March 20th. And so happy birthday to all of our Pisces people. You know, a lot of Pisces are very psychic people, and I love Pisces people. They're dramatic, they're inspirational. Who was it? Liz Taylor, you know, the great actress. She was a Pisces. I always love Liz Taylor. She was a great example of a Pisces, you know. Anyways, Pisces are also the great romantics of the zodiac. They're always in love, and the world loves them as well. But happy birthday to our Pisces this month. Well, we're going to spin around this big wheel, but I want to talk about kind of all the transits that are going on this week. We've got a very interesting week. And so let me just, we're going to start into this. Now, oh, by the way, the dates for this video are from Monday, March the 11th, 2019 through Sunday, March the 17th, 2019. Okay, so that's our time frame, the 11th through the 17th of March, 2019. Okay, so we're going to start here on Monday. Today is Monday, the 11th. Yay, new week. Well, as I said, we're starting off with our sun in Pisces. We've got our moon today in the sign of Taurus. Other transits, we got sun is square Jupiter, sun is conjunct Neptune, Mercury is square Jupiter, Mars trine Saturn. Now, a lot of times these squares would be a negative aspect, but whenever Jupiter's in, I find that it means that it's just a little bit of delay, not necessarily anything bad. What all of this adds up to is today you want to trust your inner voice. That this is what leads to success, okay? With our sun conjunct Neptune, that's giving power for you to hear your inner psychic voice. Our Mercury square Jupiter means that in the outer world, things may not be clear as much in conversation, but keep listening, keep being attuned because things of success are on their way. Mars trine Saturn gives you clarity of thought today. So this is a day you want to trust your inner voice and let it lead you to success, okay? Now, going into Tuesday and Wednesday, most of our transits are staying the same. So on Tuesday, same thing, listen to your inner voice. Once we get to Wednesday, our moon is moving over into Jupiter that day. And that's going to shift the energy a little bit because Gemini is the sign of air. It's an air sign. What this means is that people are going to be talking a lot. Now, be careful on Wednesday that you avoid getting involved with ceaseless chatter or mindless chatter, I guess is the word I would say. Because Gemini sometimes, when it's in an extreme aspect, can be a little, over the top. People talk, but nothing gets done, or people talk about wasteless things that waste time. So be careful on Wednesday. Again, go back in, listen to your inner voice. Don't get caught up in the gossip of the day, okay? Now, once we go into Thursday, which is the 14th this week, we still have our moon in Gemini on that day, this upcoming Wednesday. We have some other transits here that are interesting, which is the sun is square the moon that day, which is a little bit of a challenging aspect. Our sun is conjunct Mercury, our sun is square Jupiter, and our moon is square Neptune. What this is a day where you want to kind of just keep conversation light. Try to avoid getting into those heavy, deep level emotional discussions. With the sun square Jupiter, there's a chance here for money to come in, though it could come a little delayed. But the point that has me concerned is that with our moon square Neptune, you may feel like disconnected from your inner self, and other people may be too. And it would be very easy on Thursday for people to get on the wrong track in conversation and end up in a kind of a negative situation. So Thursday is not a day for heavy discussion. Keep things light, keep them fun, and you'll be just fine, okay? Save your heavy conversations for another day, okay? Now, once we go into Friday, our moon moves over into Cancer this week. That's a water sign. That's going to bring in that deep feeling, that psychic sense, which is always a wonderful experience. Our sun is conjunct Mercury. Our sun is square Jupiter. Mercury is square Jupiter. All these squares, as I said, normally would be negative aspect. Whenever it's Jupiter involved, it's always a positive aspect. This is a day where you need to feel your way to success, particularly in business. Don't necessarily go by what's in front of you on paper or what people are saying. Go deeper, feel what they're saying. And, it's one of those days where you may be a little challenged. You got to just have some faith and have that inner knowledge, trust that inner knowledge. Because, people may say, well, we can't do a deal. We're not sure. You're back and forth. But underneath you're feeling, hey, I know we can work this out. Keep that faith, keep trust, and keep focused, okay? That's how Friday's going to play out. You're going to feel your way through the day. Don't get distracted by outer words and chatter. Feel within, okay? Now, going into Saturday, we've got our moon still in Cancer. Our moon is in opposition to Saturn, interesting transit, and Venus is square Mars. What this means is this is a day where you want to focus on truth, not emotions. That Venus square Mars is going to make people a little over-emotional. Be very careful with your words. Don't try to mix business and pleasure this day because it'll go kind of wonky. So just keep things focused and focus on truth, not emotions, okay? If people respond emotionally, counter them with just pure logic, okay? That's the way to get through Saturday. Now, going into Sunday, the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but I'll do a whole nother video on that. But it is St. Patrick's Day. Our moon is moving over to Leo. That's that fire energy, okay? Our sun is square Jupiter still. Our moon is square Uranus. Mercury is square Jupiter. Venus is square Mars. And Mars is trine Saturn. All of those squares add up to listen really to your inner wisdom. With that, moon square Uranus, this is a day for inner breakthroughs. This is a day where you're going to start saying, oh my God, I got it. I figured it out. I'm ready to jump into it. So be open to inner insights, inner knowledge that kind of springs up. Again, we got Venus square Mars. It may be challenging in interpersonal relationships on Sunday. So again, keep everything light. This is one of these weeks where there's not a lot of energy to tackle the deep emotional issues. If you're in, like, for example, a relationship and it's like really intense, this is a week where you may not be able to get those issues resolved. Just take things slow, keep it light, and listen to your logic rather than the drama of the day. That's really seems to be a very recurring theme for all the transits this week. All right, now we've gone through all our major transits. We're going to spin around our wheel and see what is in the stars for you. Now listen up, because I'm going to give a horoscope for all 12 of these zodiac signs. Now if you don't know what zodiac sign you are, I'm going to give the birth date ranges after each sign. Now, I get it every week, no matter how much I said. Somebody writes me and says, well, Psychic Bob, the other astrologer said that I'm a Pisces because my birthday is March 21st. But according to your astrology, my birthday, I'm an Aries on March 21st. What sign am I? Well, the truth is you're what we call a cusp. You're right on the edge of two signs. And really, you're a little bit of both signs. Don't let that bother you. That means you get two horoscopes. So listen to each of them if another astrologer is giving you something. Because what happens is each year, the wheel and the alignments of the signs shift by a few hours. And one year it'll be one sign, one the next. So they do shift a little bit. But just listen to both, okay? And if in time you'll figure out you're more of one. You might say, oh, I'm definitely a Pisces or I'm definitely an Aries. And you can claim whatever sign you want, especially when you're a cusp. But make sure to listen to both for now. So you just get twice the knowledge. Don't let it stress you out, okay? All right. So we're going to start around our big wheel. I have to show her. I just love this wheel. This is an old ceramic zodiac wheel. People have been asking, what is that wheel? It's from the 1960s, and in the late 60s, these were all the rage. Astrology was big. So this thing's like 50 years old now. Gosh, as old as Psychic Bob. But these were really big back in the 60s and into the early 70s too. But back in those days, this dark avocado green was all the rage. So this is very classic, timeless. So we're going to go through all 12 signs, but there's our zodiac wheel. I had to show it one more time. All right, our first sign today on our wheel is Aries, and Aries is March 21st through April 20th. Okay, now you know Aries, this week there is a lot of buzz around you. This is going to really be the week of socializing. This is going to be the week where you want to go out, see and be seen. Aries are going to find that by mixing and mingling and having fun, you get more accomplished. Business is good for you, especially if you're an Aries looking for a job. Just go out and relax and visit people, because that's where the best business contacts will be made for you, through social events, okay? In terms of relationship also this week, Aries, bring your partner with you. This is a great time for bonding and fun. Remember this week for you, Aries, see and be seen. That's going to be a major event for you. Also highlighted for Aries this week are issues connected to occult studies. So if you've been wanting to study astrology or magic or spiritualism, good time to also during some of your downtime delve into those subjects. So occult studies are also highlighted. Your keyword this week, Aries, is socialize. Ooh, go see and be seen. Party time. I'm going to hang out with the Aries because they go in all the best places. All right, our next sign is Taurus, and Taurus is April 21st through May 20th. Taurus, this week you are in total psychic mode. You're going to just have the sense of timing. Trust that sense of timing, especially in business. For those of you who are Tauruses who are looking for work right now, this is a great time to do career change. You're going to be at the right place at the right time, as long as you listen to your inner voice. For those of you Tauruses that are developing business, great time to try to close some deals. Make this week really focused on your business acumen, okay? Now, in the area of personal relationships, also great week, because you're feeling your partner or potential partner. You're just in that sense, you know what they want, how they feel, and you're going to be in tune with them emotionally. And this is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So listen to that inner voice. Let that power flow through you. You're going to love people, and people will love you. It's a very positive week, also emotionally and socially for Taurus. Also highlighted for Taurus this week are issues connected to volunteer work. So a good time to put some of that Taurus bull muscle into helping some people who are less fortunate. Your key word this week, Taurus, is channel. Channel through the power. All right. Our next sign on our wheel is Gemini, and that's May 21st through June 20th. Geminis, this week for you may be a little challenging, because with all of that air energy and the moon moves into your sign this week, you're going to be just like hyper. You're going to be wanting to jump into everything and feel like you're running a million miles a minute. The challenge is that a lot of the people around you are not going to be focused this week. So Geminis, you got to just slow things down. You actually have a lot of leadership energy around you this week. So this is a good time to kind of take charge of situations, get people under control first, and then you can move forward. It's going to take you, a lot of patience this week to really kind of slow everything down, because your natural tendency will be to run with the craziness and zaniness that everybody else is exhibiting. But don't do it. Take charge, bring it under control. Same thing in personal relationships. You might find that your partner or potential partner is all over the place emotionally. You got to just bring them down to a place of centeredness and focus, and then you can communicate, okay? Also highlighted for Geminis this week are issues connected to theater arts. So it's a good time to maybe join your local theater group or go see a play, but connect to the theater in some way. That's going to really enrich your week this week. Your key word this week, Gemini, is patience. Have patience, okay? Easier said than done, I know, but that's your word, patience. All right, Gemini, go for it. All right, our next sign is Cancer. That's June 21st through July 22nd. Cancers, this week, people are looking to you for the answers. A lot of trust is going to be given to you. And this is a good week to extend yourself emotionally, professionally, socially. Try to be there for people that need you. You're going to find that a lot of people are looking to you and feel like you can provide them the help that they need. So be open to that role. You're going to find yourself very much in the role of caretaker, of healer, of wisdom keeper this week. And so Cancers are going to find that you're going to be taking care of people, okay? In the area of business, this is going to hold true as well as personal relationships. So, try to put on your cap of compassion, your cap of patience, do a lot of listening. Listening is the key right now. Don't try to force your agendas. Focus on bringing people back to wholeness, and then you'll have a team that's going to work for you, okay? Also highlighted for Cancers this week are issues connected to travel. So, it might be a good time for you also to go explore some of the world. But remember, wherever you go, people will reach out to you for guidance and wisdom. That's going to be your role this week, okay? You're going to be blessed and empowered to do all of that. Your key word this week, Cancer, is trust. Be in trust and share in trust. Trust. Okay. All right, our next sign is Leo, July 23rd through August 22nd. Leos, this is one of those weeks where you just don't want to go with the crowd. And I'm going to tell you, Leos, do your own thing this week. Now, everybody may call you crazy. They might think you're mad. They might even get angry at you. Do your own thing. If you go with the crowd this week, everything you're planning is going to fall apart. Be all about you and your vision. That doesn't mean be hateful to people, but it means really be about your focus and stay on track. But this week, it'd be very easy to get off track because there's a lot of chaos also around Leos, particularly in the workplace. Leos, just tune it out, be on your track. It's a good week to work on solo projects as much as you can at work. Teamwork is going to be challenging for you this week because people are not going to be focused. So, Leos, you got to be all about your projects, your timing, your vision, okay? And again, do that nicely, not in a hostile way, but definitely don't let anybody pull you off your focus, okay? In the area of personal relationships, also a little challenging because you may feel like nobody's listening to you. So, again, this is not a week, as I said earlier, for heavy discussions. Leo, let the heavy stuff go. Keep everything light, particularly in social life and personal life this week. Also highlighted for Leos this week are issues connected to computer purchases. So if you've been wanting to buy a new laptop or a new desktop or some type of tablet, look into that this week. A lot of energy for success with that. Your key word this week, Leo, is unorthodox. What that means is don't go with the crowd. Do your own thing. Be outside of the mainstream mindset. Be unorthodox. That's your key to success. All right, our next sign is Virgo, August 23rd through September 22nd. Virgos, like the Leos and the Cancers this week, you're seeing a higher wisdom. You're really in a place where you just know. Now, try to understand, people around you this week may not get it. You're going to share your ideas and people say, huh? Just put your truth out there this week and let it stew a little bit. Because in the next week, people will come back and say, wow, that Virgo person really knew what they were talking about. We just couldn't see it. So don't be afraid to share your thoughts this week, particularly in work, because what you're going to see is that there are people listening, And they're going to sit and say, well, I got to evaluate this. But in the coming days, they're going to say, you know what, that was a wise choice, a wise explanation you gave. Follow through with your inner wisdom. That's where your key is. In the area of relationships, I tell you, this is a week for love for you. I mean, it's funny because when you go to work, you're going to find that there might even be some office romances starting. And you might say, I'll never get involved with somebody at work, but don't be surprised. There's a little bit of love energy floating around the work area and the personal area for Virgos this week. Also highlighted for you, interestingly, are issues connected to dating and romance. So definitely you got the love bug in your ear, and be open to new beginnings in love and romance. And if you're already in a relationship, this applies to you. It means the relationship gets renewed and restarted. So it's not like you have to break up, but it means love is present. Okay. Your key word this week, Virgo, is wisdom. Be in your wisdom, and then go on a great date. All right. Our next sign on the wheel is Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. Libras, this week, with everybody running around, see, there's a lot of air and fire energy and that Uranian energy, making everybody a little wonky this week. You're going to have to be careful that you don't go over the edge to extremism. Libras may find that they're overindulging, overdrinking, overeating, oversleeping. Whatever you do in excess this week, try to be aware of that and kind of rein that in. As I said, there are a lot of transits this week that are kind of powerful that may inspire you to be a little more extreme than you normally would be. So try to keep that in balance. Libras, you're always the great balancers of the zodiac. But this week, you might even feel like, oh, I'm overdoing this or overdoing that. Now, that also applies to work. So don't, spend 100 hours at the office this week. Try to work your hours, go home. Make sure to balance your life this week. That's going to be very important. The area of relationships as well, don't go to extremes. Don't go to feel the need to be pressured into making a decision. If you've got a partner that says, you have to decide today if we're going to be married, you just tell them to wait, all right? Don't go to extremes or, excesses this week on anything. That's going to be your challenge, but you actually have all the signs of the zodiac, have the most power to achieve the balance. So that's what you got to focus on this week. Also highlighted for Libras this week are issues connected to spiritual retreats. So if you've been wanting to kind of get away from the fray and work on that inner self, try to take some personal days and maybe go to a monastery or someplace to get away from it all. Your key word this week, Libra, is, well, it's actually two words, but I hyphenated it, and somebody told me that it's one word, self-control. Self-control, the hyphen, so it's still one word. I always try to get the key word down to just one single word. Sometimes I have to stretch it. So I found that hyphenated words count as one word. All right, so Libra, your word, self-control. All right, our next sign is Scorpio, October 23rd through November 21st. Scorpios, this week could be a little challenging. Now, I don't, let's say that to upset you, but the thing is, you have to stand in your truth. People around you this week are going to want you to compromise. They'll say, oh, fudge the numbers on the report. It's close enough. And you're going to say, no, I can't. These are the actual stats. I have to report them. People are going to ask you to look the other way when you see things being done inappropriately, especially in the work area. Say, no, I'm not going to go with that. You're going to find, Scorpio, this week by standing in your truth, you stand in the position of power. So don't let people push you into opinions or activities that you're not feeling. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. Don't go with it. And I'll tell you, in the end, you'll be so thankful that you followed that. Okay? Now, in the area of personal relationships, also, this is a great time for you to also share your emotions. Scorpio, sometimes your challenge, and I'm an Aquarius actually, but we Aquarians have a little bit of the same problem. Scorpios feel stuff so deep that they just assume that people know their feelings. Speak what you feel, share your truth, and let it be known what you really think and what you feel. People may not fully get it right now, but that's okay. You have the power to share, and it will plant a seed and open doors. You're also, hold on a second. Yes, also highlighted for Scorpio this week are issues connected to music or music appreciation. So Good time to maybe treat yourself to some iTunes, or if you can, buy some concert tickets. Go see your favorite rock band, or go to a musical theater. Do things involving music. All right. Your key word this week, Scorpio, is truth with a capital T. Your truth. Truth. All right. Our next sign, Sagittarius, November 22nd through December 21st. You know, Sages, right now you're ready to break up routine. Some Sages right now may be feeling like they're in this rut. And this is a great week because we got a lot of that air energy, fire energy. We got the power to break out of that trapped place. So this week you want to think about stirring up your routine. It's a good week for Sagittarius. Is if you're in a job rut, just entertain yourself by looking at the possibility that maybe you could apply for another job. I'm not saying you have to, but give yourself the possibility. Let your mind play with alternative realities that you could change your job. Maybe you could do that move that you want. Maybe you want to move into or out of a relationship and or a friendship. Allow yourself to be open to the changes that you want to see, because this week is going to be a lot of energy for you to kind of get things going in a new path, in a new direction. This is true in business as well as in personal relationships. Also highlighted for Sagittarius this week are issues connected to banking and finance. So while you're doing your changes, look at your financial picture. Where can it be improved? Okay, so explore issues around banking as well and investments. Your key word this week, Sagittarius, is change. Be open to change. Capital C. Be the change you want to see in the world. Isn't that what they say? So there's your word, change. All right, talking about the big C, our next sign is Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19th. You know, Capricorns, this is an interesting week because normally you're one of the most grounded, focused signs of the zodiac. This week you may be feeling kind of mystical, kind of ethereal, kind of spiritual. Don't let that unnerve you. Just go with it. You know, Capricorn, sometimes you have to leave the earth a little and float in the clouds too. You're allowed to do that. And this week is all about being open to the mystical. You're going to find in work that you get crazy ideas. Well, they're not really crazy, but they may seem initially to you crazy. And thinking, well, if I could redo my job, restructure this and do this in the company, dare to dream it. Dare to write it down. Keep a journal this week also of your dreams. I want you to kind of evaluate what your mind is processing. And dare to consider that even the most wild and zany things could become a reality if you wanted them to be in your life, okay? You're going to find in the area of personal relationships as well that you start to see kind of new aspects of people around you. Things you hadn't seen that, wow, you know, I didn't realize that person was that talented in that area. Look at that, study it, discover what you're learning about people, and then bring them into your life and learn from them. This is a great week for Capricorns to absorb knowledge from those around them as well. Also highlighted for Capricorn this week are issues connected to writing. So as you're opening to all these concepts and ideas, maybe capture that, and who knows, you may evolve a book out of it. So be open to writing a journal that could become a published novel eventually. Your key word this week, Capricorn, is dream. Dare to dream. Dream. Okay. All right, our next sign, Aquarius. Yay, capital A. I'm an Aquarius. You know, Aquarians, this week we're all about the vision, okay? Aquarius, you're going to be feeling very tuned into the cosmic this week. This is a week where Aquarians see the distant future, and they also see the current situation. You're going to be very attuned to the spiritual world as well as to like psychic gifts of clairvoyance. Let that energy run free with you this week and enjoy it. Aquarians are going to find that this week that they're really talking to the other side. And let this help you. If you're going to a work situation, you hear a spirit voice say, oh, bring that extra report, they're going to want to see it. But your logical mind says, oh, I don't need that report. Listen to the spirit voice. It's going to help you. If you're walking down the street and you suddenly have a vision that, oh, I shouldn't go that way, there's something dangerous coming, trust it. And then you'll later find out, wow, if I'd gone down that street, there was a building that collapsed. I would have been killed. So trust that inner vision, that inner psychic self. Also highlighted for Aquarians this week are issues connected to past lives and past life research. So if you wondered if you have lived before, might be a good time to spend some time in meditation and reflection, or maybe contact a psychic who can help you understand more about that. By the way, I'm available for readings. Anyways, plug aside. Really be open, Aquarians, this week to understanding your place in the cosmos and your place in your whole soul journey. Big part of this week. Your key word this week, Aquarius, is visualize. Dare to see the future. Visualize. All right, our next sign, Pisces. February 19th to March 20th. Happy birthday to the Pisces. You know, Pisces, this is the money week for you. I'm telling you, of all the signs, Pisces are the richest of the week. You know, some signs get more money at times than others, and you know, that's just how it is. This is the wealth week for Pisces. So if you're a Pisces, you're into money. Great time for those of you looking for work, looking for a job. If you're a Pisces trying to start a business, great time to get that underway, get contracts signed, get deals arranged, get financing. All of that's available to Pisces this week. The challenge for Pisces, interestingly, this week is in the area of romance. I don't see a lot of energy right now that's really pushing romance around Pisces. So, you know, usually you're the big romantics of the zodiac, as I was saying earlier, but this week you might be more of a solo person. But that's okay. You got the money to help you along the way. So this week, Pisces want to really focus on being open to opportunities for success, financial blessing, and opportunity of growth. Interestingly, also highlighted for Pisces this week are issues connected to investments. So as you're gaining some of that extra money, sock it away in a 401k or stock market or whatever. Work with the financial advisor, but think about some investments for long-term growth as well. Good week for that. Oh my gosh, guys, can you believe it? We spun around our big zodiac wheel. I can't believe it. Well, listen, I got to say, I say it every week, but I mean it. If you're at a time of struggle in your life, don't give in to despair. Just pause, take a deep breath, and look at the stars. The zodiac wheel is always spinning around above us, and that means that each day brings new opportunities for blessing and new opportunities for fresh starts. So let the stars be your allies on the way. Let them bring you their blessing, and keep faith, hope, and love in your heart, and you're sure to make it through. Well, guys, I'm so glad you're here today. I have so enjoyed being with you, and I hope these horoscopes are helpful. Listen, tell me in the box below, what is your zodiac sign, okay? And do you have a special planet that you like, you know? Like, for example, I love the planet Uranus. That's my zodiac planet, but you don't have to have the one that goes with your sign, but I've always been fascinated by the planet Uranus. It's a very mystical planet. I also love the planet Mars. So tell me in the box below, what's your sign, and do you have a favorite planet? Maybe you just, you know, when you learned about planets in school, you thought, oh, I just am fascinated with Jupiter, or I'm fascinated with Saturn. You know, what is your favorite planet? Tell me in the box below. I'd love to hear it. I'm going to go back and meditate on the gems of the zodiac today and think about the planets. But guys, I'm glad you're here. Listen, if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, give me a call, 703-825-3929. We'll get you on the schedule. I still have some openings for this week, but call because it's filling up quickly. And I would love the chance to read for you. You know, private reading with me, for those of you who are new here, may not notice, I am a full-time professional psychic medium. And in a private reading, it's a full hour, you and me, just us, one-on-one. We'll do it by telephone or by Skype, or I'm also doing Google Hangouts now as well, so there's another option. And we're going to sit down for a full hour, and we're going to cover everything, past, present, future, spirit guides, messages from deceased loved ones. And I answer all your questions as well. So we cover a lot for the hour, and those of you who sat with me can verify. I really do cover a lot. And I'd love the chance to read for you. So reach out to me. You can contact me. All my links will be below in the info box. Give me a call, 703-825-3929, or write to me, readings@robert hickman.com, that's below, and visit my website, www.psychicbob.com. While you're over there, check out my bookstore. I am a published author. I've got all these books out that you might enjoy. Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, Psychic Bob's Book of Spells, Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances, and my personal favorite, I mean, I love all my books, but this one has the most meaning, Messages from Rose, about my work with my spirit guide, Rose. So anyways, definitely check those out as well and learn about my work as a psychic. I'd love to hear from you. So anyways, put your questions, comments in the box below. Tell me if you know what your horoscope sign is and what your favorite planet is. You guys are best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, that means, what's tomorrow? Tuesday. Oh, messages from the spirit world. That's right. So you can also put your question for tomorrow's video if you want to ask me a psychic question. Put that in the box below as well. Or you can write to me at my email, link below. You guys are best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow for messages from the spirit world. We'll see you then. I love you guys. Till then, may you all always blessed be.